Gonna be Haven. Instant Sage lock by Turbine. I've heard around the bush that he's been trying to play Sage. The IGL hasn't been letting him, so I guess he's just taken to insta-locking instead. Fair enough. Txnzah is going to play this Killjoy. Omen's coming through from Sunny. Pretty standard stuff right now. I'm not really seeing anything really out of the norm. Apart from this breach, I mean, I don't really think he's out of the norm, per se. He's just not really picked up very much. So interesting to see where they go with this draft. It looks like they're going to go Raze and why have I forgotten Rayna's name? Raze and Rayna finish up this draft with Omen on board, and Z-Ray is actually hovering Viper and then Brimstone. I think he might just be baiting us. I don't really think people play Brimstone at this point. Or just people who are better than him. That kind of a role. Well, maybe they will. I don't think he's bad. I honestly just think there are people that are better than him. I think even Viper does a better job than Brimstone does, to be honest. Be Sova instead, good. I think if they didn't have Sova here, their comp would have kind of been lacking a little bit. It is only going to be Drap with the Soul and alone Duelist. But I mean, he frags out. I feel like that'll be fine. No Sova is here for Txnzah. So, I don't know. I don't really know if Sova's like a must pick, but I feel like he's pretty high up there in terms of like, you want him on your team, right? They do have an Omen who's pretty much the other one. I think I would say it's like Sova, Omen, and then like Cypher or Killjoy. You want at least Sova and Omen, like one of Sova or Omen, and one of Killjoy or Cypher. And so, you know, they've got two of them. They're not really lacking too much. Is going to be HollowPoint starting on defense as requested. B hopping around here. Drap is warming up that right click with his knife. Fancy knife, that. Probably one of my favourite ones. I don't have it, but I'm fairly certain it's for a battle pass. And to be honest, that's quite a nice skin to get in a battle pass. Because usually I have been doing kind of lower effort skins, I would say, in the battle pass. Look like Txnzah are just going to kind of lurk towards the mid area of the map. This is quite prevalent on Haven, I feel. Like, it allows you to go through towards Garage, and it's like the early avenue of attack towards B. So just kind of open up your choices if you take mid. It is quite easy. All you need is one smoke, and you've pretty much got it. I'm hesitantly trying to execute out here towards Garage. Flashes come through, alarm comes through as well. Flashes and utility are here to return some of that aggression. And I give it up. You walk straight back out of it again after taking that initial kind of piece of the map. Doesn't seem like they really know what they want to do right now. Omen is starting to kind of lurk over back here towards the A side of the map. HollowPoint are very evenly spread out. No one currently on B, but Killjoy's got a pretty fast rotation to it. Looks like that might be where they're going to end up. Omen smoking off the left side of it. Look, there are already 3 people here to defend this side of the map. Slow comes through, so it's going to be quite hard for them to push. Omen considering TPing onto the site, but might be a little bit dangerous. TP's on top. He might be in view of everyone, but no one's there to take him down. And the site take is good for now. Bomb goes down. It did take down Mix in the meantime. Z-Rai might push through the smoke and go down. He does. Danny and Txnzah with the crossfire. Just up Turbine and Drap for this one. He picks up a Ghost. Has heal available. No real reason to use it for 10 HP, but there's just too many crossfires. There's not really any avenue to push back into the site, especially when you've only got one way to come from. A nice round from Txnzah. They're going to take that one quite happily. He even manages to pick himself up a fancy frenzy skin here. Yeah, see, even this guy's rocking this knife. I don't really know the names of the skins, unfortunately. I think that's definitely a level above where I'm at with my casting at the moment. But it's quite fancy. I like it. And this is what I like to see. HollowPoint going for a different kind of a play on the eco round. They're all completely sacking garage. I like this, but this is kind of what you would do if you were going for an eco round. If I were Txnzah right now, I wouldn't push garage just because there could be a shorty on board and it does do quite a lot of work over here towards garage. Boombot comes through and 3 people shot it. So they know that there's 3 people over here towards garage. And utility comes through, flashes, boombots, grenades, everything. And they don't get a kill at all off of it. Don't kill Joe. Raze is currently on about 20 HP. And they hear so many people towards garage, they're just going to quickly rotate over towards A. Txnzah is in quite an advantageous position. He is going to get checked though. Only good for 1, and there should be a trade coming in at some point. He is still 100 HP, only has 7 bullets though, so with these last 2 people coming in, they might be able to go for the trade, but no, they're going to have to reload themselves. Txnzah coming in trying to take the long range engagement, and Txnzah is quite safe. It looks like he might be able to get another kill as well. Some good play from his team. Covering his arse and allowing him to stay alive. 5 people living in that round just boosted the economy even more, and now they barely have to rebuy for this round, providing they're going to go for the bonus buy. Dan does actually upgrade to the Vandal. Curious to know why. Maybe he's just going for the hero buy and he's hoping to carry his teammates through this round. Otherwise, I don't really see the reason to buy one if you haven't lost a weapon. Maybe they only had a ghost in the previous round, that would kind of make sense. And they want at least something better here. They should have enough money even if they lose this round to fully buy next. So that's good. Another kind of default here. They've already pushed up here towards mid. Txnzah is going to lose this fight against Txnzah. I am confident of that much. With this long-range Spectre. I'm confident that Txnzah would take that fight happily. Maybe not so right now as they are pushed up a little bit further. Smokes come through as well, locking them down, locking them off the B side. There is still quite a lot of utility over here, so they will be alerted if they push up onto the site. Turret alerts them that no one's come through by not shooting. And they are just playing this quite slow and steady, very safely. They're playing quite passive angles. They're not peeking towards long on either of the bomb sites. They are just 2-man peeking in towards garage, just looking for the trade. Oh, Turbine is a beast. Turbine is a legend. First game I saw this man on breach, he fragged very hard. Sage wall gets broken over here towards B. It's going to be a 5-man garage push. Drab here is in a pretty good spot to shut this down. The smoke comes through and he's not going to find a kill through it. A little bit of damage, but it's going to be Dan finding first kill of the round. Oh, a really nice readjustment to find Txnzah and Turbine there onto another kill. JC Mike goes down to one of the ZY shock darts. With one that's Spectre. With the Spectre ducks, he takes Txnzah down. You know, so I was saying earlier that he wasn't going to lose that fight, but you know, it was moved to more of a close range situation, which kind of favours the Spectre. ZY with a triple kill is going to secure that, and with 3 people surviving, nobody's going to defuse. They are going to give it to Sage, so that she can charge that res a little bit quicker. I feel like if there was anyone on their team to give the ult point to, it would be Sage or Killjoy. I think either or. Both of them have pretty impactful ult. Yeah, this is the power of bonus buy. And now Txnzah are going to have enough money to full buy rifles. And, you know, they lost a few people on HollowPoint, so they're not even going to have full rifles across the board. Turbine could drop one for his teammate, which would be quite nice. But he's not going to do so. He's going to be greedy and keep the money to himself. Looks like he's got an early wall off garage. Just really doesn't want it to get pushed. It's not going to get spammed down as well, so that's going to be up quite a while. The conceivable future, and Txnzah looks like he's going to be pressed quite hard over here on A. Boombot comes through. He only has a Bulldog. His utility is placed down, but he is only one here. He's being flashed into next century. He didn't even see anything. There are 5 people on the A side of the map, and he dies to someone he didn't even see because of the repetitive flashes. The A side of the map is blown wide open. Bomb goes down. They have quite a lot of utility for the defense. Turbine could almost have found that kill, but it's going to be dropped dashing straight in after finding one. Going to be traded. Zerai with a kill from the Hunter's Fury. And the Heaven is cleared, and it's a 3v1 right now. No all the ults available for either side. This bomb plant position isn't really too good. We do have some Molotovs on it. Turbine needs to just not crouch and he'll be able to get that kill. He does, and Zerai with another kill that we weren't really paying too much attention to is gonna give them Diffuse. Not really confident enough to get off it and give it to Turbine, even though he's one ult point away from his 5. Was a little bit too close for comfort. Yo, thanks for the follow, Candy. Appreciated. I missed that, sorry. Cheers if you're still here. Very much appreciated. And there, so they've kind of just put Txnzah's economy in the bin. They're going to be able to get a few rifles. They're going to buy down to around 2k. This is technically like a force buy, but it's like a half buy. Doxy just somehow has enough money to buy a Vandal with light armor, and if there's anyone who was going to do that, it would be the Reyna, because he has that ability to full heal. Sonny with a questionable push over here towards Garage sees 3 people trapped there with a trade, but as I've spoken about previously, trades 1-for-1 do favour the attacking side. Isn't good for the quick scope over on towards JCE. So now he's just given the opposition an AWP in a post plant position with a player advantage. So I mean, I don't know, if I were HollowPoint right now, I would probably be considering the save. You peek here over towards CT. The most chance, you have a high chance of going down towards again I can't speak. Now a high chance of going down because JCE does have that AWP, but at the moment he's whiffed 2 shots currently. Spam, I think that box is a bit too thick to spam like directly with a Phantom. He is caught whilst moving, he can't quite find that shot either. Maybe not the best player to give the AWP in that kind of a situation, but he got the kill, so he kind of deserves it. They do have enough time to stick the defuse if they wanted to. The Killjoy wouldn't have blocked them out from it. ZY, I don't know why he was kind of coming back into it. He might go down to the spike here. No, he gets away. They had enough time to stick it, but Sage had already gone away to try and save, so yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication there, I think. They might have had a chance if Sage would have covered him whilst he was on the defuse. They did have enough time. Instead, they opt to save their weapons and walk away with that. And there is not going to be enough money to force buy more rifles around it. So we're just hoping for Zerai and Turbine to kind of come through and get a lot of kills in this round. And currently, they are the 2 top kill scorers for HollowPoint. So if anyone was the people you wanting to have these guns, it will be these guys. And they do have res available, so this would be a nice round to use it because they don't really have the best advantage if they can get 1, 2 or 3 kills and then use it to get an advantage in this round. That will be quite handy. A nice aggressive push from Turbine. He's going to pretty much confirm that it's not going to be A. It looks like they want to go further with this. They can hear a turret, so I recommend not pushing. Even this drone is going to bait out the fact that they pushed out quite far up. Tags the turret. I'm not sure if that actually does anything. You see, it's absolutely nobody, so they are pretty confident right now that it is not A. But there are still 2 people over towards A. But that's just not really what you want to see. The B side of the map is executed and completely taken over. Nobody's even died yet. These hero rifles haven't really come through to find anything. Don't see Txnzah with the first 2 kills. Round Zerai comes in with 1 for himself. At this point, it might just be too late. They do have a wall, and they do still have a res, but there's nobody really in position for them to use it on. So they just need to get some kills, cover their teammates while they stick the defuse. Sonny is going to push through, goes down. Turbine finds a kill, and they could defuse it here. Reyna isn't really in a position to do much about it. This comes through, but that kind of baits out of position. The defuse is being stuck. Can't even find that kill onto Sage. Turbine with, the hero rifles come through. Turbine and Zerai come in quite clutch in that round. Res comes through, like I was saying. Just put you in a pretty good position no matter at what point you use it usually. Even if it's just to bait someone out like it was used to there. Gave them the information of where... I can't remember anything. I'm just stumbling over all my words. It gave them the position of where Doxy was, allowing them to just stick the defuse. If he'd been towards mid somewhere, I know Zerai might have gotten off it just to kind of trade the frag with Sage, but information allowed him to just stick it and be confident that he was going to get it. That's going to bring it up 3-3. Nice close game from these two teams. Clearing out this left-hand side corner towards mid. Mid could have TP'd there through his own smoke. So it's just, you know, good to be safe and sure about it. Smoke comes through. That trajectory might actually bait out the fact he's on top of the bot. It definitely visibly come from the top left in a kind of diagonal swoop. Obviously he could move at any point, so I'm not really sure that's too hard evidence, but it just might alert them to check up there, you know. Right is going to reveal that outwards. Mid spam comes through, finds 2. Wow, that's really nice from him. Pretty much perfect timing. 2 more people revealed towards mid. They are going to live, but that's all the information they really needed. And a kill with his shock dart. Doxy is going to find Turbine just as he places the wall down. And this A side of the map is locked down. The bomb is going to be planted.
30 seconds left.
It's a 4v2. Ults available. Hunter's Fury and From the Shadows. Empress is also available. Txnzah can't quite decide where he wants to play this after plant from. Empress isn't used yet, and by now it's a little bit too late. The reveal dart doesn't get shut out, so they are aware where he is. Trade comes through from Txnzah and Drap with a flank. The Txnzah takes him down. Nice clean retake. They only lost 1 person. And again, delegating with ult charge over towards Drap. You always want to do that when possible. You want to maximize the ult usage. Yo, Txnzah as well. Thanks for the follow, mate. Appreciated. I don't know, man. I just can't speak. I've got a cold. I've got a runny nose. It's just really not helping me today. The first advantage HollowPoint have had in this game in terms of score, and they do have it all on Drap. I have seen this guy go off on this weapon. He likes to take some really nice aggressive off-angle peeks with it, and this is pretty standard for him. This isn't really an angle you would pre-fight if you were peeking long C. He doesn't see anyone, so he's going to rotate around. He's very good at this, rotating around, confident to go wherever he's needed with York. Showstopper is available, but Turbine's just going to one-tap him out of the air. Dan goes down straight away. And that's the kind of the disadvantage of Raze. Once you get in the higher reloads, it becomes quite difficult to actually, you know, get that ult off, unless you're just poking it around the corner and using it for the splash damage. Just because it's so hard to like just go in front of people, and you won't kill them instantly because obviously it's a projectile. As I'm speaking, lockdown comes through, is gonna find at least 2 people, well at least 1 person. Killjoy is definitely gonna get caught in it after she plants. But this might lead the retake to go in a little bit aggressively, so they might be caught out, but no, Sonny's gonna take Mike down. Cover is pretty good across the site. No one's gonna really have a chance at peeking the diffuser. JCU did have a flank. He's going to take the ult down, so I'm not quite able to pick it up, but I don't think HollowPoint were either. But at the moment, their money is so good they can afford to just buy another one. The ult didn't really come through for many kills in that round, if any at all. I'm confident Drap is going to get into the swing of things eventually. He's very good with this weapon. Yeah, Drap's quite good. I like it. I like him. HollowPoint do have quite a good team, and all their players are pretty good. Again, it's just completely random angle. No one's going to pre-aim this. Peeking towards long C. A nice spray there. An 8-bit octopus. That's quite cool. But again, no one's actually going to peek towards long C this round. Turbine should have info that they could walk up short because it's smoked off. So that should call for at least 1 person to rotate, unless they've been doing it every round, which I'm pretty confident they haven't been. As soon as they start to spam this wall, people are going to come and help him. Boombot gets taken down. He's going to back off the site to play 5v5 retake, which I think is definitely the play. If you can get a nice headshot here early, it will be quite nice as well, but can't quite find it. Gets spammed through the little box, and it does lose all of his armor for his troubles. Empress comes through. And Turbine, distracted by the turret, goes down to Txnzah. Utility is quite good for Txnzah team. ZY finding 1 kill with Hunter's Fury though is quite nice, bringing it back down into a 4v4. Although Rolling Thunder from Breach is going to pretty much shut down this retake. We used it at the perfect time. It hits, I think, everyone. ZY is going to be baited out here after having shot that flash. just going to be Sonny left right now. Txnzah is good for that kill, taking him down to 4k for him. And a really nice after plant position. Usually it's a good idea to go for those 5-man retakes when you're not confident in actually killing people as they take the site. But I mean, in that situation they didn't really have the utility they wanted to get back onto it. That rolling thunder from JC was actually huge. Pretty much won the round for them. I'm fairly certain it hit all 4 members, if not just 3, but still, I mean, you hit 3 members and they all go down because of it, that's always going to be good. Dropping weapons for their teammates as well, some nice communication. They're just trying to figure out who wants it. It is going to be a full buy again for HollowPoint. Playstorm is available for Drap. He's going to push out through Garage and goes down to the boom, but that is really unfortunate. He does get down quite low on Raze, and that actually is followed up by Txnzah. Some nice little bounces for him to take Dan down. Turbine does have the very quick flank, so he can call out to his teammates, right, it's A, quick, rotate, it's A, it's A, it's A, it's A. I can guarantee you that's what he was just calling out in team comms. Rock Dart comes through to try stop the planter, but they're not really low enough for it to do much. Or even hit them. Gun comes through to try and see someone. He doesn't actually see anyone. JC is good to find the flank that Turbine was trying to pull off. He's now down into a 3v4. From the Shadows is available for Sonny, but that's not really a useful ultimate in a retake situation. Comes pushing here through spawn. Zero is good to find Txnzah.
You should run.
Lockdown is used long though, and if they don't push it and take it down, then there's not really very much they can do, because they're going to get hit by it. They do have enough time to stick the defuse, but there are 2 people left, so they are just going to encompass him and take him down. Unfortunate.
There.
Bro. They're all good, bro.
There.
They're a good team, they work well together, which is, you know, what you want from a team. Although from this scoreboard, that wouldn't be something you would kind of be able to deduce, because, you know, Txnzah is the only guy at the moment who's above 10 kills. He's the only guy in double digits. I mean, the same could be said for Txnzah though. Txnzah is doing quite the work here, 16-6. Flashes come through, and again, Drap is looking for this aggressive play with the Stinger, has to reload him. It's just a full 5-man mid-take. Reveal does come through, but Txnzah and Mike are good for the kill. Txnzah looking for the spam, doesn't find any damage. There are already only 3 people left. Turbine does finally find 1 kill. Does have roads available, but this isn't really the round you would want to use it in. Wall gets spammed down so quickly. Turbine didn't have any chance to be safe behind it. Oh, he's going to get pushed whilst he's reloading. Stinger just does not have enough ammo. They should be aware of where Txnzah is, because he has lined that up from short A pretty much every round. He does have a sheriff. He can find a 1 shot to the body onto JC. He's on 30 HP. I think he's just going to play safe, wait for the bomb tap sound to come through, because there's no real reason to peek otherwise. Just play it really safe. You don't want to have any chance of going down to Txnzah just hitting some nasty 1-taps with the sheriff. They take it down. Take him down. 5-6 right now. Last round of the half. It's going to be a full buy for both teams. No AWP is available for Drap, unfortunately. That is usually the weapon we see him doing quite a bit on. That is not amazing. But they managed to get 4 rifles, which is, you know, the bare minimum for a rifle round, I would say. They have full utility as well. I think Sonny might be missing something because he's on 0. No, he's got everything they could want. So everything excluding an AWP they've got for this round. Hopefully he doesn't go for an aggressive play towards Garage here, because it hasn't worked any other time they've done it, and it is quite, you know, sorry. You know, Txnzah might be able to see it coming, because they've done it the past, like, what, 3 rounds in a row? I'm going to take down the Boombot with his classic. He's in a nice position to find the people that come out of Garage right now. He's peeking it on an off angle, but Dan finds it whilst fully flashed from his own breach, I think. Turbine, I mean, if he had a Phantom there, he would have been good for the spray down. Drap does find 1. He's in a good position to defend this bomb site. Jumps up and finds JC at the peak of his jump, man. I would be so mad if I had died to that. Smokes off Garage. He's got a bit of a one-way, so he's going to find another kill onto Txnzah. And they've just got to get some information on where Mike is. They've got the bomb right now, so they just need to play safe. Hopefully get someone to watch the flank, because Mike could push there. They have a turret, so they now know where he is. They're both looking over towards spawn. Hopefully they don't look at the same location. They do have a pretty good eye on the bomb. There's not really any chance Mike's going to be able to sneak it away, pick it up and plant on B or something. Gonna slowly push through, just taking down this utility from the enemy killjoy methodically. There's no idea where people are. And this is a really nasty crossfire from Txnzah and Drap. Not really any chance Mike's got in this round unless Drap peeks him. 12 seconds left. Txnzah is going to run away, but Mike has time to plant. That was a misplay from Drap right there. He should have just held the crossfire. There was no reason for him to peek out. Give him the isolated 1v1. Txnzah should be good for this though. The enemy soldier is on 11 HP. He does find the kill, fortunately, but Drap. Oh, that could have been really bad. They managed to finish the half 6-6 though, so pretty good for both teams. Oh, as soon as I saw him step out from around that corner without the immediate trade frag ready, my heart was not too happy. Here's comes through. Obviously, good half comes through from Txnzah. I haven't seen too many people wish a good half. Quite nice to see. Although Turbine is the third person to break through to double-digit kills on the scoreboard. So props to him, I guess. And a frenzy again coming out for Txnzah. I do see him use a frenzy a lot in a pistol round, and I'm not going to harp on about it, but I just feel like it's not really the best weapon for a pistol round. I don't know, it's just the range. I feel like you would want a classic at the same range that a frenzy is usable.
That's how you survive.
And the classic has better range, it's got great close range potential. I don't know. It looks like they're going to want to split C here, going to try to split 3 towards long, 2 towards garage. Not sure if I would probably prefer to send 3 towards garage, to be honest. There's not really a likelihood of you encountering more fights towards long than you will towards garage. Wall comes through so they can safely enough get towards the site. Turbine is going to hold just in case there's someone hiding here over towards left. There is. He can't quite find the right click. Txnzah is going to go down, and I guess that situation is where a frenzy would come in better because you can just spam it instead of having to wait for the re-fire. That gets the info of where Mike is. Can't quite find the kill though, he ran out of ammo. But Txnzah coming through with the frenzy. Quite clutch. Gets 2 kills and makes me eat my own words. I don't know, if Turbine had a frenzy there, I think that is like the only opportunity where it would be better, just because you can continuously fire until it runs out of ammo and you don't have to wait for that kind of cooldown period after you've right-clicked once. But, I still think in most situations a classic is better than a frenzy. In a pistol round. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. I finally finished my coffee from this morning, so unfortunately no more of that. That grenade is going to find so much damage. No, actually it's not. That grenade was amongst 4 people, and the long-range headshot from the frenzy. Is this guy like found a way to use this weapon that nobody's like known before? I don't know. Crazy stuff. They get a trade frag, but that grenade was amongst 4 people, 5 people even. I swear that should have done way more damage than it. He is completely open, so if they rush it quickly, they'll be able to take it quite safely. Blows come through from the defense, but there's no one lurking here, so they are safe to plant the bomb. Turbine going to peek aggressively over towards spawn, finds JCE, and doesn't go down, which is important because he doesn't seed a better weapon over towards the defense. That's kind of your worst nightmare in an anti-eco round. You don't want to give them a better weapon to then snowball the round off. And this retake is coming in really quite slow. They don't really have the best weapons to go for it. They're just finding this long-range engagement with a frenzy. I don't know how he does it. I have no idea. Sonny with a kill from the Stinger. Turbine is going to come in with a flank. Not very clean, but I mean, I think he's aware. He's shaking his head at the floor, so he knows that it wasn't the cleanest kill, but he gets it at the end of the day and doesn't, he's not any worse off missing the initial headshot. Anyone else made it to double-digit kills? No, it's still just Turbine, Zerai, and Boxy. It's just kind of not really too many kills happening this game. Well, not really that, just like there's only a few people getting them. Everyone else seems to be playing more of a supportive role. And to be fair, it's working for both teams. The scoreline has been very close up until this point. There's only been about 1 round in it, 2 rounds in it. So we come in to the bonus round from HollowPoint. Oh, okay, I thought there was something interesting going on in chat, but apparently not. Misclick. Does look like they're going to go for a garage take here, and I think this is kind of the round you'll definitely want to do. Alarm bot gets some information that there are people. Their drone comes through as well, so they know there is at least 2 or 3 people here in garage. They've got the lower tier of weapons, and this is kind of the only position on the map where you can really go for it. Trap just pushes in with the Bucky, finding a kill onto Dan. Sonny with the trade as well. Wall comes out. Txnzah wasn't really expecting the wall to be exactly there, but they've somehow went from a C push to a B push, but they don't have the bomb. He's completely surrounded by 3 people from the defense with the better weaponry. They don't quite have 3 angles to hold it from, so it is, you know, they can take the isolated 1v1. So the turret goes down, flashes comes through. They should know someone's CT because it just shot the turret from CT, but they're not going to check it, or at least not shoot at the guy's CT in time. Dox is going to find a 2-man spray down. That round is going to be over very quickly towards the end. Bringing it up 8-7, but yeah. Power of the bonus round. I feel like I've said this so many times tonight. It allows them, even if they lose, to fall by the next round. They even have enough money for Drop to pick up the orb, but hopefully we see him actually kill someone with it this time. That will be nice. We haven't seen him get too many frags with it on defense. But he likes to play more aggressively. He's playing... Oh, what's this game? Tank. Something... Just Tank? I don't know. Aliens versus Tank. I think that's what it's called. I remember playing that many years ago. What a fun game. I forgot that game existed, not gonna lie, but meanwhile I'm just talking about absolute nonsense. And is gonna find a nice little quick clean headshot over on towards Turbine at A short. But what I was saying is Drap likes to play with his AWP quite dynamically and aggressively, so on offense it actually allows him to kind of work more angles than you would really on defense. So he only really used his AWP over towards C. On attack, he can go wherever he wants, look for as many angles as he likes. And his teammates just have to support him whilst he does so. Looks like their only real opportunity is to go towards A right now. Gets himself a nice position up here on this pillar. Smoking off heaven for his teammates, and he has fired, so he should know there's an AWP. But Txnzah just peeks straight into it anyway. Lockdown has come through. Secure this site plan. But Doxy finds a kill to Sonny through the smoke. No one's going to get hit by the ult.
30 seconds left.
Drap might be able to hold CT quite effectively, but no, he misses. That looked dead on, but Doxy is going to find that. Maybe he just moved before he shot. The retake comes in extremely quickly. Danny with... Oh no, not with the ult. I thought I heard his ult sound. But, oh no. They've got lineups. They can just stop the defuse. I don't know how long they can do it for because it hasn't been going for too long.
Last player standing.
Can't do it for any longer because he's dead. Just Txnzah, the bomb is being defused. You can't do anything about it. No more utility left to stop it. And that is unfortunate. That's the downside of just playing like so passively with the afterplant that you're just playing for these lineups. Is if that is if your teammates go down and you don't have enough time, like you can't stall for long enough. Then you know you're kind of too far backed off the site to really do anything about it. Especially when there's still 4 people left retaking it. Not really going to work out too well for them. Is it still very close 8-8, and they are going to force right back into it. They planted the bomb last round, so the money is going to kind of allow them to force here, especially as they have Bladestorm, and especially as he gets that pick jumping up here over towards Long, but Dan did pick up the AWP from the previous round. Takes him down. It seems like he's finding more frags with Drap's AWP than Drap is, and that is not what you like to see. He's still holding it. Drone comes through. He misses that as well, I swear. He just moved like a millisecond before he shot there. And that just was the do or die moment. He missed that kill because he moved a millimeter. Very unfortunate. Nade comes through, finds damage onto Sonny. He goes down to 70 HP. He does have From the Shadows available, but that is the only ult they've got at the moment. He looks like he... No, he doesn't really have anywhere to use it right now. None of the sites are like... Even like none of them are even going to be clear. Like, there's no reason for C to have nobody on it right now, as there isn't really any aggression coming from any side of the map. He might use it towards CT or something, just kind of be a nuisance. But I feel like he should use it when the site take's coming through, just so they can try and wrap C fully. That's going to be the case. He's going to like TP the back site somewhere, maybe? He TP's onto default, left, which is actually the safe place for him to do so. He takes the turret down. They should check the site though. If they don't check the site right now, that's going to be really bad because Mike is in a pretty good position. They do. Zero Eye takes that kill with a shock dart. The bomb should be able to go down here. 16 seconds left. There's no reason it shouldn't do. We're in the best position. This isn't really a plant for long. You kind of want to plant it way further to the right, as we're looking from Turbine's POV right now. Just so you can do, like, actually hold it from long nice and aggressively. Flashes do come through. It is Sonny and Turbine trapped kind of in on the site right now, trying to take Sonny down. They don't really know Turbine's here. They will see him eventually because they'll actually look towards the bomb. And he does get hit by his teammate's ult, so I don't really know why they're doing that. They're doing it to bait him out, I think. Turbine comes through huge. Uri shooting through his teammate deliberately to make them not even bother to check that corner. And if that was a tactical play that they decided to do on the fly, these guys are huge brain. Huge. Huge. Absolutely massive. 500 IQ. Flip it and ship it. That's a frag movie montage clip that, you know, most of the people that watch it won't even understand. That's how 300 IQ that was. It brings them again in the lead. If they continue in this fashion, losing 1 and winning 2, I mean not losing 2 and winning 1, losing 2, winning 2, losing 2, winning 2, then they are going to come to the win quicker. But JC's got something to say about that. Finding 1, but drop. Aim God. What a machine. He doesn't need the up. I've been hyping him up on that weapon and he hasn't really found too much off the back of it, so he just comes in with a rifle. Zero might get caught out here. No, they don't push him quick enough. I don't know if he heard the footsteps, but they should. They might have heard something and they are going to peek back towards mid. They're spamming towards it, so I do think they are kind of aware of the flank coming through.
One enemy remaining.
Zero with another kill from his shock dart. This man and his shock dart bounces are pretty nutty. Sam comes through, so Dan might be able to find a kill on someone reloading. But they see him as Sova jumps back across the angle. He finds the kill. Flash comes through as well. And that is going to be a very quick, very clean round. Drap coming in pretty huge. With the 3-piece towards mid. And at this point, I don't know, it doesn't really matter if half the game isn't on double-digit frags, because the people that are on double-digit frags are just carrying quite hard. Maybe not on HollowPoint, actually. There's only a disparity of 5 kills, so I feel like Txnzah and Sonny are doing their piece with the utility usage for sure. Killjoy is definitely more of a sit back, use utility, get information and play for an after plant or a retake kind of situation. And obviously Txnzah is quite adept at it. You have an Empress, a Lockdown and a From the Shadows available on Txnzah, so they are kind of in a position to win this round just based upon the utility alone. You have a Res available for HollowPoint, so that one single ult can probably counteract all the ults at HollowPoint right now. That's how powerful having 6 people in a 5v5 FPS game like Valorant is. It allows you to go for an aggressive peek, die, get the information, and not care. Look, Sage could just wall this off, revive Drap, and they'll be back up to a 5v5, granted with no armor. And this wall could get spammed down pretty quickly. It wouldn't revive instantly if I were you, because the wall gets spammed down and you just go down, but he managed to get a trade for it. So not the worst use of it. They managed to get a trade and bring it back down into a 4v4, which does favour the attacking team.
30 seconds left.
They rotate very quickly over towards A. It looks like Duxie might kind of be thinking this. He's kind of backstepping over towards A, but I don't think he's going to go there until he hears some definite proof. Maybe he just plays for the 5v5, 4v4 after plant rather. There's no real reason for him to go in here by himself. He sees someone go into heaven, bomb plant goes down.
10 seconds left.
And this is a plant where I think they have the lineups for. Quite nice for them, and they do have 2 people to stall for time on the side. Empress gets popped. Lockdown is not available because they are dead. As long as HollowPoint can just stall for time as much as possible, these lineups are going to be pretty good for the after plant position. And this crossfire might be able to find a few kills. Although it does, it finds 2, maybe a third. The guy from heaven is going to drop down soon. They get the kills, but this is where the lineup comes through. And I don't think at this point there is any chance these guys are going to be able to defuse.
Swarm grenade out.
They might be using them a bit too quickly. They're not really, you know, like spacing them out very much. But they are good. Both people push towards long. No one's on the bomb defusing. Zero might go down here. He's going to walk back into it, realizing that he has absolutely no chance of staying alive. And there, finally a point where we see the lineup actually work. That's nice to see. Yeah, I don't really feel like they had the synergy down there. They were kind of both using them at the same time. I'm not sure if you can do that, like based upon how fast the projectiles travel. You know, they didn't seem to be too spaced out for me, and you definitely want to kind of nail that. And it's obviously why they're using it in scrims to nail down the timing, so they can stall for as long as possible with those pieces of utility. And they are now only 2 rounds away from winning. They have an AWP available on Drap, but Mike is going to be getting aggressive with that first kill towards Garage Turbine, and Sonny there for the 2-for-1 trade though. And Drap hasn't seen anything over here towards C, so that might call for a push there. Omen is liking back onto the site. They haven't really committed anywhere as well. Sonny is in quite a nice position. Just they have that little bit more map control right now. Might get caught out from the guy pushing Garage. If the guy continues to push, he's going to, but Sonny is aware of that. I'm kind of holding for it. Txnzah isn't feeling confident enough to go straight through. At least not yet. It looks like it's going to end up in an A push. Hi Silver, how's it going? And it looks like it's going to be an A push here. Raze is the only person here to defend. Nade comes through and they're going to back off, just playing for the retake. This is what you should do. Unless you're confident enough to literally just stand on the site with, you know, no way of like healing yourself or stalling for time and just kill 4 people, then fair enough, stay there, right? But Sova is dead, so they don't really have as much for the lineup. But Drap gets a kill, and it's only 2 people left to retake this site.
Get out of my way.
They are in a pretty good spot to do it. Drap does go down. Turbine's good for the trade. Txnzah is there to stall for as much time as possible.
Bot coming back. Recalling my bot.
And win that with 3 people left alive. I'm not sure how good Txnzah's money's looking right now. Not very hot at all. They're going to have to be settling for some very low buys at the moment. Stingers, not Stingers, Spectres, Bulldogs, 1 Vandal, and very light armor coming through from the team Txnzah. So it's not looking too good for them. If Drap gets a nice pick over towards C, which it looks like he's going to. Mike looks like he's got to push up. No, never mind. He's thinking better of it. I feel like if he did push up there, Drap would have been, you know, going to get that kill 9 times out of 10. Rolling Thunder used towards mid for this aggression, but it doesn't find anyone. At least they have a little bit of map control off the back of it, but the flashes come back in and Mike might go down here. It does. He jumps, and I feel like if he hadn't jumped there, he would have lived. Why did he jump? He just poked his head out again. Turbine is not good for the spray down. Instead, going to be Txnzah find 2. And this mid fight is just going on and on and on. JC finds Sonny M, who is finding someone else. They have been completely surrounded. The right is 1 HP, and this isn't really a situation you want an AWP in. But he gets a really nice quick shot on to Doxy. Has no idea where the last guy is though. And with an AWP, there are better weapons for him to pick up for this situation. He's going to. He's got the bomb as well. He's kind of maybe aware where Raze is. He might get timing here. He needs to push up quickly or he's going to get shot in the back of the head. He gets around the corner. He's going to get shot in the back of the head. He gets back around again. Oh my god, I don't know how he's still alive. He's going to peek back into it, smokes out. Maybe he's a little bit confused and thinks there's more than 1 person alive.
30 seconds left.
Smokes come through though, so Raze is hesitant to push straight through. He's just looking for a better weapon, hoping that they can win it. With a bomb down, Drap is in a pretty nice spot. Although if Raze comes from CT, which it looks like she is, then Drap doesn't really stand a chance in this kind of an engagement. There is absolutely no way Dan is going to peek out and not see him. So this should be his. Without doubt. Nice quick readjustment. Drap was only on 20 HP, 1 body shot, and he was dead. And a nice kind of attempt from Drap. I can see why he thought that will be a good position. And with outplay there coming back around from CT is good for the round. Keeping his team in it, as I don't think they're playing tournament mode. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't think they are. I think this is a first to 13 wins. The money is still awful. And they're not going to be able to get a good buy in this round either, so they're just relying on... Looks like they're going to go for a default round though. They don't have a Rolling Thunder available to get aggressive. They do have a lockdown and a showstopper from Raze. They might be able to go for an aggressive early pick. Drap, like I said, he's good. If Mike pushes up there, he is going to be Easily finding that kill. Gets flashed off the angle, but it doesn't go down. That's the important thing. Sage does have heal available, I think, to heal him back up. Not that it is too important, because he's got an AWP, and he's going to get these kills quite quickly when someone peeks him. Preferably, you know, you don't want your AWP to die to someone who's got a rifle. Even if they're on 10 HP. I mean, you could get pre-fired, but you know, the AWP does just kind of have an advantage in those kind of situations. Although Txnzah has all the information right now. Heard everybody from HollowPoint going over towards A. It's going to be a very quick rotate, but I don't think Raze is going to get there in time to do anything. Showstopper comes through, doesn't take down the lockdown from Killjoy, and doesn't actually find any damage. They can't really do anything. They're going to have to go for the retake again. And with Sova and Killjoy left alive, they're just going to play for these lineups again, I feel. It's not going to look too good for them, but this is how you counter it. Txnzah and Txnzah coming in with a flank. There is no way you can line them up when you don't have control of the place the lineups come from. Sonny gets one, gets two, not a third though. JCE is good for the trade eventually. There's no option where they can pick up as well if they so choose. Maybe he's got it. No, he doesn't have it yet. That does charge Empress as well. But, I mean, they've got a Res available, they've got a Hunter's Fury available, and they have a Bladestorm available. Bladestorm isn't really the most useful ult. But in this round, this is the round where it kind of comes through, because everyone could pretty much afford a decent weapon apart from Drap. And with that Bladestorm coming through, he doesn't really need a rifle per se. This Bladestorm has really good potential to one-shot at range, if he gets the head. And that's kind of the most important thing you're expecting out of these rifles. Yeah, he pops it instantly. And obviously he gets the ammo back if he finds a kill, so hopefully he can just snowball this round with his ult. Pretty good, perfect mid-air accuracy as well. It plays to Jet's utility really quite well, and Raze is already on 1 HP. How did that happen? I completely missed it. I wasn't even looking at it on the map. Don't have a Sage to heal him up. Speaking of the Sage, Turbine is going to be playing really aggressively here towards B, but he's got the res available and all kind of the supportive utilities. I don't know if I really like him going for this entry frag. It should really be Drap. He's got the least to lose. He doesn't have an upgraded weapon to drop over if he goes down. And he's got this ult that allows him to get kills whilst on the move aggressively. But also, I don't really feel like B's the play. Yeah, HollowPoint don't either. They're going to rotate away. B is just not really the play. Drap is going to stay here, look for the lurk. This could be quite huge eventually in the round. Txnzah's only good for one there. They must have checked him and he was forced to get the kill. Zilla is going to get rezzed, so it's back into a 5v4. Drap is going to be able to flank on this. This is probably going to be the decider between winning or losing. He finds one kill, he looks for another. Right click could be used, but it isn't. If you right click there, he might have got it. Fortunately, it is not so. But they have a 3v2. Txnzah is still on the site. Lockdown is dropped for the defenders. The bomb isn't even down yet, but there's only one person left. Hunter's Fury comes through. Mike stops the bomb plant. Doesn't manage to get away though. Turbine spams him straight through heaven. And yeah, it wasn't tournament mode. So HollowPoint take that 13-10. A nice game from both teams.